Now, the United States and Venezuela said Friday they have started talks on restoring diplomatic relations. That's just days after U.S. forces captured former President Nicolás Maduro in a January 3rd raid that killed nearly 100 people. A U.S. delegation traveled to Caracas to assess reopening the embassy, while Venezuela plans to send officials to Washington. The move follows the release of political prisoners and President Donald Trump's pledge to boost U.S. oil investment in the country, which holds the world's largest proven crude reserves. John Polgar Hekimovic is Associate Professor of Political Science at the U.S. Naval Academy in Washington, D.C. John, welcome to DW. The U.S. and Venezuela cut off ties in 2019 during Trump's first term. So how promising is this new diplomatic opening after Maduro's forceful removal?
Hi, yes, I think this, represents a necessary first step for the United States if it wishes to establish a presence on the ground in Venezuela, right? If, like President Trump and Secretary Rubio have said in recent days, that the United States wants to be actively involved in rebuilding and ensuring accountability in Venezuela and in coaxing investment in the country, it will need to establish this presence. So I think that it's certainly a priority for the U.S. The U.S. can put some people down in Caracas right now, but they'll have to be very careful to ensure security.
I'm sure there are plenty of obstacles to normalizing relations right now, but which ones, in your assessment, are key?
Well, the United States needs to ensure cooperation with the Venezuelan government of interim President Delcy Rodriguez. Delcy herself needs to ensure the cooperation and loyalty of fragmented forces in her country, and so it's a tightrope for the United States and for Venezuela to walk to maintain this relationship. I think furthermore that the United States is going to be very careful in trying to ensure cautious investors that Venezuela is a safe place for them.
Now, Trump has been meeting with U.S. oil company executives to convince them to invest hundreds of billions of dollars in Venezuela. He's promising total safety and security. How realistic is that?
Well, I'm not sure it's entirely realistic at this moment in time, especially given the fact that there are, certainly security risks on the ground in Venezuela. Exxon and Chevron seem to have themselves given conflicting interpretations of the context. Exxon declared that Venezuela was uninvestable, I believe, and Chevron, on the other hand, has argued that it could increase oil output in the country by 50% in 18 to 24 months. So it's a matter of interpretation, I think.
All right. And how much leverage does the U.S. have over Venezuela at the moment?
I think enormous leverage, illustrated by the capture, the seizure of Nicolás Maduro last Saturday, and the threats that is issued against Delcy Rodriguez and the Minister of Interior, Diosdado Cabello. I think that President Trump would not back down in the future.
That's John Polgar Hekimovic, an Associate Professor of Political Science at the U.S. Naval Academy. Thank you so much.